What is going on, everybody? Proven Gaming here, back at it with another GTA Online video. Okay guys, today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks into getting the best out of the CEO crate business in 2021. And even though it is 2021, there is still quite a bit of information that I haven't covered yet. And also, it is an awesome business to get into. It breaks up the CATE heist, if you love doing that. It breaks the grind up. It's a bit of a change, and of course guys, it's a good week as well because it is double money on all the crate sales. So really awesome week. So guys, I'm going to be going through which is the best method to use, how many crates you want to source at a time, and also give you some tips and tricks along the way as well. And just to note as well, actually, I have actually made a beginner's video on this as well. So if you are a total beginner, I recommend that you go and watch that video first. I will link it in the description, and I'll also link it to the end of this video also. Let's kick off with tip number 1. Use the TERRORBYTE instead of the Office if you have one available. Yes, the Office, the way we used to do it for years was we used to go back and forth to the Office, source a lot of crates, and then come back and source the next lot. Now, the TERRORBYTE makes things so much easier. You can literally park this. What I like to do is park this outside one of my large warehouses. So what you basically do, I like to keep two of my warehouses close together as well. So what I tend to do, park it outside one of my large warehouses, and then when you come out of one of them, you can literally just go straight into the TERRORBYTE and launch the next mission. It'll save you having to go back and forth to your office every single time, save you a lot of time. I know a lot of people, they probably have the money for a TERRORBYTE and then just refuse to sort of buy it just because it's another expense. But honestly guys, you'll be saving so much time. Your time to money ratio will increase. You'll be getting that money so much quicker. So guys, if you can afford a TERRORBYTE, if you have a nightclub, get one. It'll save you a hell of a lot of time. Tip number 2 guys, use the OPPRESSOR Mark II. Do not get this confused. I know a lot of griefers use the OPPRESSOR Mark II, and that has given it a bad name for itself basically. But so people always look at it upon as a griefer vehicle. It is not. It is a 100% intended to be a money grind vehicle. And when you're sourcing crates, when you're sourcing a lot of crates, it's a lifesaver basically. Yes, you can use a Sparrow or Buzzard if you want to use one of them. If you are a total beginner, you can rent a Buzzard for $25,000 if you don't have a lot of money. However, if you can afford to, if you have a nightclub, if you have a TERRORBYTE, get the OPPRESSOR Mark II. The correct way to buy the OPPRESSOR Mark II is to obviously buy your nightclub first, and then buy your TERRORBYTE. Complete 5 client job missions, and then that will then unlock the OPPRESSOR Mark II at trade price. I'll save a few $100,000 on that. So definitely take advantage of that. And it is, honestly, it is an absolute lifesaver. So, but if not, a Buzzard or a Sparrow will be absolutely fine, but the best vehicle to use is the OPPRESSOR Mark II. Tip number 3, always source 3 crates at a time. Basically, if you do 1 crate at a time, that is going to cost you $2,000 each. Source 2 crates at a time, that will cost you $8,000, and 3 will cost you $18,000. Now, I know what you're thinking, you don't have to be any good at maths to work out that it is more cost effective to do 1 crate at a time. However, it is more time effective to do 3 crates at a time. Reason being, because if you do 1 crate at a time, you're going to have to do, if you fill in a large warehouse, you're going to have to do 111 single crate missions. However, if you do 3 at a time, you're only going to be doing 37. Now, there is an argument going that if you want to get the gold statue in your office, which is basically like a gold statue sat on your desk, basically once you do 1,000 crate collections, then you can get that. So if you want to get that, then yes, I suppose the argument going, then go for 1 crate at a time, but it is definitely 100% more time effective to do 3 crates at a time. Yes, you're spending more money, but you'll get your warehouses filled so much faster, and at least 50% of the time as well, you will only get 1 delivery vehicle. Yes, there are a few more complicated missions, a bit like the one I'm doing here, where you have 3 crates and you have to do 3 separate runs. Or if you've got people helping you, then that's absolutely fine. That speeds things up even more. So like I say, if you've got 2 warehouses that you want to fill, 2 large warehouses you want to fill, all the way up to 111 crates. Doing it 3 crates at a time, it's going to take you roughly about 8 hours to fill all them up. Depends obviously on your transportation method, whether you're using a TERRORBYTE or your office, and just makes it all a whole lot faster basically. So tip number 4: when you are doing this mission here, which is what I'm doing, you'll have a main boat which you'll need to take out, and then you'll have 2 sort of like support boats supporting it. Always take the 2 small boats out before the main one. Reason being is that what can happen sometimes is that if you take the main boat out first, that then spawns all of your crates in one place. So if you take that out and then go and take out the other 2 small boats, chances are there's quite a high chance that you're going to blow at least one of your crates up. But to stop that, if you take the 2 small boats out first, that will not happen. So get rid of them, and then take out the main boat so that you don't blow any up basically. Sometimes you may get a chopper on you as well, which if you do, just turn around, blow it up, continue on, make your collections, take them back to your warehouse. Jobs are good. Tip number 5: the last red dot to appear on your phone, and also the last green square to appear on your map, is always going to be the target vehicle. So basically you'll get some missions a bit like this one I'm doing here, the Trackify mission, where you get 3 dots come up on your phone. You've got to launch the Trackify app and you have to find a target vehicle. Basically, I can save you a lot of time here. The last red dot to appear is always going to be your vehicle, and the same also goes for when you get 4 squares come up on the map. You'll sometimes have to go around multiple vehicles, try and find the correct one and all that. The last one to stop flashing is always your vehicle. I see people time and time again, they go around every vehicle until they find it basically. Stop. Okay? I can save you a hell of a lot of time here, guys. This is probably one of the most important tips, and probably the most useful tips actually that I'm going to give you today. So the last red dot to appear and the last square to stop flashing is always going to be your vehicle. Tip number 6: use the 9 or 27 crate method. Now, from what I can see, you're probably thinking, yes, I can source a load of crates, but when do I stop? When do I sell? To me, guys, there are 3 different ways of doing this. You can either use the 9 crate method, the 27 crate method, or just fill your large, or if you've got a large warehouse, just fill it up all the way and sell it all from there. Now basically 9 crates will guarantee you 1 delivery vehicle, 27 crates will guarantee you 2 delivery vehicles, and anything after that you will get you may get 3 delivery vehicles, okay, depending on the sort of mission that you are doing. Now if you just want to save your sanity, guys, then I strongly recommend just sticking to the 9 crate method. Yes, the thing is with crates is that the more stock you hold, the more that is going to be worth basically. But the thing is with the 9 crate method, you do sort of feel as though you're making more progress because you're getting that money a lot faster. Whereas if you fill into, as I say before, if you fill in 2 large warehouses up, it's going to take you roughly about 8 hours to actually fill it up all the way. Whereas if you just go to 9 crates, then you're going to be making this week, with it being a double money bonus event week, you're going to be making 198,000 net profit per warehouse. So if you have 2 of them, then it's still really good money. I mean, if you only have 1 warehouse, guys, you can just fill 1 up, but then do a headhunter or sightseer in between. A bit like what I've mentioned on the first video I did, which was the crate guide for beginners. But guys, if you are a little bit like me and you do like a proper grind with your 2 large warehouses, fill them up all the way, you'll be net profiting $3,774,000 this week on this double money and bonus event week. So that brings me to my last tip now, guys. Tip number 7: when you have the plane mission, the plane sell mission, always scout your drops. Now this is probably the most important tip, well actually is the most important tip that I'm going to give you today, guys, and that is that whenever you get the plane mission, whether you get a Cuban plane or a Titan plane, always, if you are solo below what we are now, make sure you're in a solo public session, but always make sure you scout your drops before you make the sale. So come to the plane, a bit like what you just saw there, I've jumped in the plane, spawned my drop-off points, and then what I've done is then got back on my oppressor or buzzard. Actually, if you get a Titan plane, you'll probably actually spawn a buzzard in the airport next or near it. So just jump in that, or jump back on your Mark II or your Sparrow or whatever you got. Go around and scout all your drops. You'll sometimes get some enemies. Take them out. Come back. Take out any bad guys. Come back and make your drops that way. Because if you do get a chopper or anything come after you, whilst you are flying your delivery plane, you have got absolutely no chance and you will fail the mission. It'll probably take you an extra 10 minutes. However, if you have filled up, if you have to spend 8 hours filling up 2 of your large warehouses all the way up to the top, then it would be a shame to then at the very last second lose it all. Because this is the thing with crates, is that it's very lucrative, it takes a lot of time. However, it's pretty easy. However, if you do fail, you will lose. You don't just lose all the product, but also all the time that you've spent to get that product as well. So that's my advice, guys. Take an extra 10 minutes, take these precautions, and as long as you do that, guys, you will be absolutely fine. In my opinion, actually, the plane sale mission is the only mission really that you have to be really worried about. The truck mission, it's usually just like point A to point B, or sometimes you get a track-and-find mission as well where you have to actually find the drop-off point. You might get some bad guys, bad guys that you have to take out at the very end, but it's all pretty easy, guys. And same with the tugboat, you might get some enemies that you have to take out, but all in all, very straightforward. So guys, that is pretty much going to wrap the video up there. I really hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, a thumbs up would be muchly appreciated, and of course, if you want to see more videos like this, then consider hitting that big red subscribe button, and if you do, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you turn all notifications on. So guys, if you haven't actually seen one of my other previous videos yet, I'll leave that on the screen now. These are just videos on the CEO Crate business, and I've also made a video on the large warehouses too, which one to buy. So I'll leave them on the screen now for you guys. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I will see you all on the next video.